This is Doxy.
This is Zenify.
And I'm Richard Satchel, and you are watching or listening to Greynoise. Welcome to episode 177 of Greynoise, the show where Crux is here and Chen is not. Coincidence? I think not so. We are here live at the Sin Shop as we are every Friday night. The Sin Shop is located at 1075 American Pacific Drive, Suite C in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are the Las Vegas Valley Hackerspace. Go to sinshop.org for more information about the shop, and do not forget that we have several classes and events coming up, including on December 29th, we have a Danger Room class where you can learn to operate all the fun things that your mom told you never to play with. January the 3rd, board game night. Come down to the shop and play some board games with everybody. And on January the 8th, we have an open house night. So whether you're a member of the shop or not, you just want to check it out, come on down on January the 8th. For that. And to find out more information about that and much, much more, go to meetup.com/SinShop. Now, if you'd like to tweet to us, you can do so at Greynoise Media, GreynoiseMedia. There you go. But the best place to interact with the show is our Discord, which you can join by going to our website, and that's GreyNoise.se/Discord. And with that, how was your week?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Resolved another issue today that wound up being DNS, as always.
Yep.
So
You could fuck DNS right in the ass.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I hate DNS.
okay.
I mean,
All right,
you
dude.
play your cards right. So I was saying earlier. Sorry, dude. Didn't mean to.
Go for it.
So I've determined that DNS is to you guys what cabling is to me, and it's only going to be an issue when you tell another team that that's not the issue.
Explain what cabling is to some people. Like
what
you're
is
talking
cabling?
about data centers or-
What is cabling?
Yeah.
Racks.
So I have a server,
Mhm.
I have a switch, and the cabling is how those two connect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times, there will be a problem with network config, and we'll get calls occasionally that says, "Hey, all 4 of these uplinks are down at the same time. It must be the cabling."
And you're like, nah, fam.
It's not the cabling.
It's not the cabling.
But if one is down, and you say, "No, it's definitely not the cabling," there's no way it's the cabling, but you haven't checked the cabling, it's going to be the cabling.
It's the cabling.
Definitely cabling.
And it's the same way it sounds like with DNS.
No.
Did this
and
happen to you this week?
No, that hasn't happened to me this week. No, it's just kind of an offshoot of what you were saying with
yeah.
it actually being DNS.
Yeah, it always is.
Oh, it always is.
Oh, yeah, I have a shirt.
Oh, it's not the reverse of. I thought it was like lupus,
No.
where it's never lupus.
Yeah, I don't know. It's actually always lupus.
Oh, it's always lupus. All right.
I totally understand your sentiment. I haven't had that issue in a while, but I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm actively trying to download Discord right now, and it's just not working. And the problem is probably something that I'm doing, but you know what? Fuck this laptop. Okay, cool.
It's a brand new laptop.
It's a brand new ass
Do you want
laptop.
to speak about your brand new ass laptop?
No, I don't.
Ass laptop.
So here's the thing. I'm going to anyway.
Yeah.
So I've been gone for a number of weeks. 3?
Yes.
I've been gone for 3 weeks. What I was doing
Not
in
long
those 3 weeks was procuring this laptop. I had to travel to faraway lands. I had to fight a number of people. I had to do a lot of things. The end result is me getting this laptop.
I believe almost none of that.
That's as you should.
Okay.
Not. So the thing is, like, the whole point of me being gone was getting this laptop. I have it now, and
He hates it.
I'm extremely satisfied with it. Shut your fucking mouth. So you can probably see the Razer logo on the back. I got the Razer Blade 15. It is the limited edition Mercury laptop. Me and not Zenify, but Zen Wolf talked about this for a number of weeks before I got this. We went to launch a couple of times and we talked about it. And then, like, even in the Discord, our Greynoise Discord, I don't know the link for it, but I think Satchel does.
Why? That would be GreyNoise.se/Discord.
Boom. We talked about this laptop and a number of things like that, and I finally got it. And I'm trying to download Discord now, which is not an issue of the laptop. It's me not knowing how to download things. Whole entirely separate.
When was the last time you used Windows?
It's been years. Actually, I never thought about that until I got the laptop. But like I was doing things like because I use Okay, so we're just gonna hop right in. So when I get a new product, a Windows product like a laptop or whatever, I use Ninite.
I love Ninite.
Right, Ninite.
Yeah.
Ninite is a fucking fantastic tool to use. It downloads all of the packages and like the tools I need in a very concise and easy way for me that I don't have to think about bloatware and
Any of that crap.
and extra bullshit that I don't want or don't need. It's like, hey, you want Notepad++? You want fucking Eclipse? Let me give you all these things that you need without the bullshit fluff that you don't want. And Ninite is very good for that. So I use that initially to load the laptop, but I've also been downloading like because I'm also going to use this as a sort of a gaming laptop, but not quite a gaming laptop. But I mean,
That's their whole market.
I'm gonna fucking game on it, dude. I'm gonna fucking game on it. But no, that's not my sole purpose. But I am gonna play games on it. And aside from that, Ninite is a very useful package manager to get me to where I want to be as far as like installing useful apps and stuff on the laptop. But and I could probably write the developer about this, but they don't have a Discord app. They don't have an Android Studio app, and they don't have
I think they recently added Discord.
Unless it was like yesterday.
Oh,
No.
shit.
Unless it was like in the last 12 hours. No, they don't. They don't have one. Unless I missed it somehow. They don't have one. And I would love for
I see
someone
it,
to
it's right
fact
there.
check me on that. Do you?
Yeah, it's right there.
Where? Show me.
Messaging. Look at this.
God fucking damn it. Well, hey, guess what? That's my fault.
So this is, you said 99? What is this?
Ninite.
Oh, Ninite. Yeah. Have you ever used Ninite before?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ninite.
So when you get a new system, a Windows-based system, I don't think they have one for Linux,
I don't know.
and I don't think there's one for Mac. I'm not solid on that, so don't. That's not the Bible. I think it's only for Windows-based systems. But when you go to Ninite, they give you an installation package. And they're like, what do you want to install? Like,
I see that.
They have a number of developer programs, Notepad programs,
Visual Studio Code, right.
image-based programs like GIMP, and other stuff. And they're like, hey, what do you want? Tell us. And they'll go through the installation process for you, and they'll just put all the programs on your machine.
It's amazing. You don't have to hit anything. You basically just checkbox everything you want, download the one installer, run it, and it places every single one of those applications right on your computer. Without any of the bloatware. So you know how you're clicking through, it's like, hey, install AOL toolbar. Like, no, not installing the toolbar.
And you know what? And you can download the download. You can download the download package. So if for some reason you bought 10 laptops and you're trying to install Ninite and you're trying to install a number of programs on all of them, you can use the Ninite installer package to install all of those programs on all of those machines.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
At once.
At once. It's actually quite great.
Nice, yeah.
I wish I could. I don't know their Twitter handle or whatever, but like Ninite is fucking phenomenal. Actually,
Oh, damn it! Never mind.
You fucked it up, didn't you?
Kinda. No, I was posting it to the chat. Anyway, we move forward.
No. But no.
Now it's in there like 3 times, and in addition to a random letter D.
Ninite is honestly awesome. If you need package like developer, I feel like it's a developer focus.
It is a little developer focused, but like you said, they don't have like Android Studio. They don't have
Android Studio.
Like I prefer like whenever I use like try and code, which is rarely. I use Atom as just like
they don't have Atom.
Yeah,
they
don't have Atom.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure we could email them all at once
and talk about it,
and then be like, hey,
email blast.
Yeah, and they're like, oh shit, people want this.
But I mean, for what they do provide to you, it's a fucking crazy useful resource.
It's great and it's free.
Great and free. My two
I don't
favorite
know.
things.
I think they're like their Ninite Pro. I think it like syncs with Active Directory, so you could push it out through like group policy
like
and
if you want for a company directory,
which
or
would be
whatever.
that's just like
that's pretty
fucking
legit.
awesome as well.
Yeah.
So this is my own little thing going on, and I'm still working on it, and that's a problem I have to solve on my own. That's not a big deal.
You've got this. I got confidence.
But I know that Satchel had something he wanted to talk about as far as Christmas.
Definitely. But I wanted to ask you. So on the Razer laptop, like setup aside, how is the hardware?
Okay, so all right, so
because I'm looking at it and it's kind of like it's like a MacBook Pro went to Burning Man and came back the next day and was like, "Hey, man."
And you know, honestly, in all honesty, what I wanted was a laptop that looks like a MacBook, but is not a MacBook. if I can be completely honest,
well, you knocked it out of the park.
That's exactly what I was looking for because I was shopping for a new laptop. And I was like, MacBooks look nice. The design of the MacBooks is great, but I don't.
Sleek.
They're sleek. They're fairly thin.
Yeah, they're nice to carry around.
Exactly.
Like, in a commuter style backpack too.
So why not just get a MacBook Pro?
Because I don't want a MacBook. Because number one, price, outrageous.
That's fair.
Number two,
wait, that was cheaper
than a MacBook.
Than the MacBook, same hardware in there is
absolutely,
for a Mac
dude.
is going to be probably an extra $1,500.
Yes, absolutely. It was
okay.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, hardware to hardware. Okay,
hardware. But also, I mean, we're getting services now that will allow you to interface with like Battle.net and Steam and stuff that allow you to play games on a MacBook. Mm-hmm. But also, you can't play games on a MacBook.
Yeah.
And a large part of my day-to-day lives that's not work is playing games.
Okay, that's fair.
So I mean, like, if I bought a MacBook, I'm not creative at all. You guys know we hang out a lot. I'm not creative.
That's true.
I can't write. I can't make music. I can't fucking video edit.
You're just the worst
to save my life. I'm literally just a plop.
Why do you exist?
Why do I exist?
I don't know.
Literally just a plop. So if I were to get a MacBook, I couldn't do anything that I wanted to do on it. So
you couldn't utilize the tools that it comes with that kind of warrant maybe the price.
Getting a MacBook, exactly. Yeah. So I get this one. I'm like, okay, I can play games, but along with that, I can do development work. I can do because, and you know what? Honestly, with the Windows subsystem, the Unix subsystem built into Windows now, I can SSH into systems that I have and stuff. Like it's pretty much Mac without the creative side of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So honestly, it's great for me.
And if you hit Windows key tab, like how you like that multiple desktop thing, you can do that on there with Windows key tab.
You just said the same thing twice.
Yeah, I know. With Windows key tab, you could do that with Windows key tab.
I could
do what?
What are you saying to me?
You know how you swap between desktops every now and then on your Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I just showed you. Windows key tab.
Your words are
I know you're going to probably want to discover one day because you use multiple desktops a lot.
Actually, okay, and that is the thing I have to like think about in the future. Is so the gestures on a Mac keypad they're not intuitive. I won't say they're intuitive, but they are nice.
They're very convenient.
And I haven't looked up the gestures for a Windows keypad, but I assume they're much the same. But I haven't gotten that far yet, so stay tuned.
Tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks
next week.
So my initial review of someone who's had the Razer Blade 15 for 10 minutes, bad boy is dope.
Nice.
Dope as fuck.
So are you saying in 2019 you're going to finally develop the Greynoise Android app?
Actually, okay, that's a discussion for our afterwards. We will talk about that.
I remember way back in 2014 when we were on the end of the year show.
I remember.
We all got hyped. I had my Samsung Galaxy S3, and I was like, man, I can't wait to have the Greynoise app on this shit ass phone. Never happened.
We're gonna make it work. Okay, dude? We're gonna make it work. I got you. I got you, fam. Also, I'm mad you brought that up, and also, fuck you. So apart from my laptop, which I am very much in tune with right now, I'm getting into it.
Yes,
I know Satchel wanted to talk about.
So I noticed something this year, and I wanted to kind of compare notes. I have a hypothesis. We're not quite up to theory yet, but it's a hypothesis. My hypothesis is that we may have hit peak Christmas. Because this Christmas was a lot less Christmassy than any other Christmas that I've had in the past. Mm-hmm. Like, I had family on both sides be like, hey, listen, we're not going to be doing gifts this year. Is that cool? I'm like, yes, that's wonderful. Thank you. Yes. And it was awesome.
Okay.
Because, like, they didn't get me shit. Like, I'm in a place right now where if I need a thing, I go get the thing.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
That's how I've been for years.
Yeah. So I don't know it, and I would assume that all of my friends and family are probably in that same area. So I don't get, I have a hard time getting other people's stuff because like
everybody has
what they want.
And so, I mean, yes, I agree with that. I also am on the other side of the boat
Yeah.
where I thought I had a fantastic season because I got a lot of stuff for people and I decorated the shit out of my house.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm like, because I'm a new homeowner, and so it was just really fun to do. It was really nice. So I felt like it was more like Christmas hype this year for me than it has been in ever. Yeah, ever.
Okay, so I guess really the distinction would be between like doing the Christmas thing versus the gift part.
Yeah.
I'm more leaning heavily on the gift part.
Okay.
But I see what you're saying.
I still do the gift things, and for like people. So I'll use an example. One of my friends, I usually never know what to get him because he's retired now and he has everything he could ever want.
Right.
So I got him a poop hat. Like, you know the poop emoji?
The poop emoji?
Yeah, so I got him that hat.
Sure, he needed one of those.
I didn't realize, I was just buying it because I thought it was hilarious, but it wasn't until like somebody else mentioned it and then he put it on that basically I was calling him a shithead. And I didn't mean that.
Yeah, that's where that went sideways. Yeah.
But hey, I think he liked it. He's like, never gonna wear it anymore.
I guess I'm a poop. Well, yeah. I mean, you didn't expect him to like.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna go on down to the grocery store. Better grab my poop hat.
Well, with this guy, you never know.
He just might.
Well, I don't know this dude, but okay, that sounds likely. Yes.
So what about for you? Like, how was your Christmas? Like as in terms of Christmasing and in terms of gift giving.
So I'm not big on gift giving or receiving in general. I don't usually give gifts because I don't usually receive gifts, and like not like as like a mean thing, like, oh, no one gave me gifts, so I'm not going to give gifts. It's not like a spiteful thing, but I don't.
You just don't forward.
I don't receive gifts, and I don't give gifts.
You just don't think about it.
It's not a thing that I do.
Yeah.
But I will say this year I have received the most gifts I've probably ever gotten in my entire life. Besides when I was a fucking child, obviously. But like this year was like, as far as like friends or whatever, but like people were giving me gifts, and I felt honestly bad about it. I was like, I wasn't prepared for this at all. Like I should be more proactive in my gift giving things. And I like right now with this bottle of Red Stripe, and it just exists now. It's like Merry Christmas to Doxy. So whatever.
Merry Christmas, Doxy.
Where are the antlers?
Here's the thing.
Where's the poop hat?
Shut the fuck up. So no, but I'm like a special case. So I don't
like anything.
Yeah, like I'm normally a hermit in a hole. So my ideas usually don't travel across to other people and whatnot. Like it's not the same.
If you ever end up working remotely again, I fear that I'll never see you again.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Because I already didn't see you before when you worked remotely.
And you barely see me now.
Yeah. So I can't even imagine.
So then at that point, do you have to like decide if going out if any event is shower worthy?
100%.
Yeah.
I think
because I'm in my I imagine at this point, like if I ever start working remotely again, I'm like in the place I live and I'm just sort of like, these people want to do these things, like, do I want to get ready for that? And they're like, oh, dude, like, we're going to go out. We're going to have a good time. I'm like, I got to work late. But honestly, I don't have anything to do, and I just don't want to leave my house.
And you just want to play Overwatch.
Right. And they're like, oh, fuck, Devin has to work so much. And I'm like,
you just said your own name.
You idiots. I don't have to work. I just don't want to leave my house. And that's a very real thing that would happen.
I really hope they don't watch this show.
And hey, for any future friends, I apologize in advance.
But
also, I'm not leaving my house, and I'm sorry.
I mean,
you're just not shower worthy, is what he's trying to say.
You're just not shower worthy.
That first hangout when he pushes away the cheese board, his friends drop him.
See, here's the thing. If there's a cheese board when we hang out, you're automatically disqualified. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
so I just got to make sure I have a cheese board wherever I go, and he'll finally stop talking to me.
You don't want that drama. You don't want that drama. A terrible segue.
What's up?
California taxing text.
Taxing text?
Taxing text.
I don't know if I saw that link anywhere.
The California Public Utilities Commission floated a plan to institute a surcharge on texting charges. That means nothing. Here is what I know.
So
which isn't much.
Give me that one more time.
Which isn't okay. I'm going to give you the headline.
Give me the headline,
and then we're gonna dive into it.
Here we go. Give me the headline.
Here we go. The California Public Utilities Commission floated a plan to institute a surcharge on texting charges.
The power company.
Yes.
How do they have anything? Okay, go ahead.
I don't know anything about the infrastructure and how that works, but what I will say is the CPUC, California Public Utilities Commission, instituted a surcharge on text messaging services to be included in cell phone users' monthly service bills. The commission's plan called for the revenues so raised to be used to fund public purpose programs that provide phone service for lower-income residents as well as for deaf and disabled residents.
The surcharge rate is less than 7%, but what percentage is it? That's what I want to say.
It's less than 7. It's less than 7%.
So it's 6.9 with how these fucking bills work.
No, in all honesty, it's probably like 6.59999. Right?
Yeah, repeating.
Because bullshit. And I mean, I'm totally fine with no, fuck that. I'm not totally fine. I don't want my utilities text. I don't want texting text. I don't want any sort of my cell phone usage to be taxed because that's bullshit. I feel like we can all agree on that.
Yeah, can you throw a link to that in the
live
stream?
Yeah. Let me throw it.
Because I want to see more about this because there's.
So the link I was reading from is from Snopes.com.
I found one on CNN, but I guess
So there's a lot of miscommunication and whatnot going on there. So the link that I posted tells you what's on the up and up and what's actually happening with the money they get and what the actual outcome of the taxes is on texting plans and stuff. My takeaway is all bullshit.
Oh, okay. So it's a monthly fee based on a cellular bill that includes any fees for text message services. So it's not like you have to pay a penny per text. It's just oh, okay, now your bill is $1 more a month or whatever.
Okay. Sorry, continue.
Well, so the point of it was to... Where the fuck did it go?
But you see...
Go on with what you were saying.
I was going to say... It seems like we're too calm about them texting a service that's been instituted since when did texting come about? 2005.
Well, that's probably when it started mainstreaming, but
I mean, fuck mainstream. It doesn't matter because already.
But it was never a thing.
Because we already know SMS rides on the airways of already happening network traffic. SMS isn't like a service they provide directly to us. Yeah. It's something that's happening already on the back of the network they're already providing to us.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're charging us extra for the network that's already there is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I could see an example here where it says you pay 0.40% for the deaf and disabled telecommunications program. So they're kind of adding that on. I just don't know what they're going to be utilizing this new surcharge for. Because a surcharge for that program, I could kind of understand because the deaf and disabled need to be able to call a number to get assistance. I remember as an example, a time where I got a phone call when I was working at GameStop and somebody was deaf and blind or something like that. And they were like, hey, will you work with me? I'm their median.
Liaison.
Yeah, they're liaison to help.
Yeah.
And so it was this program. So I kind of understand that they need to add some sort of surcharge because they need to figure out a way to pay those people. But as far as 7% or less,
wait, you're saying they need to figure out a way to pay these people beyond their fucking salaries they're getting paid?
The salaries
Where do the salaries come
from that 0.40% on the surcharge.
Oh, so the salaries don't come already from the bullshit they charge us for giving us.
Oh yeah, no. That money goes
from giving us unlimited data at a pre-rated data plan price point. Because remember 3 years ago when they were like, oh, we can't afford to give all of our customers unlimited data because it's going to cost us too much, even though they can provide unlimited data to all customers at 0.0000001 pennies on the dollar. Fuck all of that. I hate all cell phone providers. I'd take the bet because I don't know what cell phone provider is doing this, and I don't want to talk outrageously out of my ass. I'm not positive.
Don't talk outrageously out of your ass.
I will talk a little bit out of my. I will
speak
talk
reasonably from your colon.
I will talk a little bit out of my ass, but not outrageously.
Just a little. Just
so
a little
I'm not positive, but that's stupid.
I'm looking at.
That's stupid. No, but honestly, it's so okay. So here's the thing. So people are getting nickel and dimed for their cell phone plans already, and this is another. And people in California are already getting fucked sideways, front ways, and back ways. Like, it's bullshit that not only do you have to pay these outrageous surcharges for like normal things like data and whatnot, now you're paying a surcharge for texting fees as well.
Just an invented surcharge.
I
guess I'm curious where exactly that money is going to be allocated.
Yeah.
Because that may sway my opinion, but right now, yeah, it's fucked up.
I have an answer on that.
Okay. I'm listening. Sorry.
Okay, so that the charges go to a number. This is according to CNN. And they get according to the CPUC, the California. The charges go to a number of different programs, including 9/11 services, subsidized phone services for low-income residents, and equipment for deaf and hard of hearing users. Now, you mentioned before that there's already a thing for deaf and hard of hearing users, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I imagine that when that was set up, landlines were the king of all things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now that landlines are going away, so is the funding for low-income residents and hard of hearing users.
Okay.
So with that in mind, it does kind of make sense.
Shut your mouth.
But hold. According to the link that's actually sitting up there on your screen, you're talking about how bad California is getting screwed. Mm-hmm. You know, they are 24th in most heavily taxed out of all the states
for cell phone
mobile phone use.
I was looking at the one that Muffins linked in the chat. And
Missouri, where I came from, was number 7.
So
number 1 is Washington State at 18.6%.
I'm completely
one of our faithful listeners, Muffins, linked us a very valuable link to show us the surcharges for cell phone plans and whatnot in different states across the nation. And what I have to say is this shit is outrageous. We can't go very in depth into what people are being charged for or like what you're paying compared to other states and whatnot. But it's honestly, it's stupid. It's stupid.
It's not great.
It's stupid.
How do you feel about it?
It's stupid.
Okay.
And I felt this way like once they started announcing limited phone, not limited phone plans, but limited data plans for phone packages. Like remember, what was it, 3 years ago when like you could either have a 3 gigabit plan or a 5 gigabit plan or a 10 gigabit plan, or you could pay this astronomical price for an unlimited gigabit. No, sorry, they didn't even offer an unlimited gigabit plan, but they were like, you can have these 3 tiers of plans for like 3, 5, 10 gigabit data, and they're like, because it's too expensive for all these people to be on our network using these plans, when honestly it wasn't, and they were just being money hungry bitches. And that goes for AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, T-Mobile, and guess what? Fuck all of them. And this isn't the same thing. This is not the same thing, but it's in the same vein because it's them exploiting their user base, being like, oh, you guys are texting these things, and we can't accommodate all of this texting network on our texting traffic on our network. And guess what? They fucking can, because it piggybacks on their already existing fucking network. And fuck all of these goddamn cell phone provider networks.
So which one are you on about? Are you like, I'm pissed at cell phone companies, or are you like, I'm pissed at the dadgum government for putting all these taxes on my cell phone? Because the story is about dadgum government putting taxes on my cell phone. But what you're talking about right now is the damn cell phone companies are too damn greedy.
Sorry. But I think the cell phone companies...
I'm a little bit of both. I'm a little bit of both. And I need to read more into it, but I feel like this is like Zenify just said, I feel like this is a product of both.
I think the high up executives at these cell phone companies are requesting from our government that these things happen. And they're like, oh sure, can I get a piece? I'm like, yeah.
And like all of the articles that are presented at Greynoise, we are presenting these for you to do more research because we are not authorities. We don't know. But from what I've read and what I know, which is not much, admittedly, but we think that these cell phone companies are fucking us over and we need to stop this. And it's like it's such a fucking bullshit thing.
Well, but the only distinction that I do want to make though is I get where you're coming from on that, but I don't think that this is that. I don't think this particular thing, this particular story, is an example of getting of the cell phone companies
of us getting fucked by cell phone companies.
Yes.
What do you think this is? You think this is a government thing?
I think this is the government charging a fee for a service that it's providing. I think it's finding
texting. The government does not provide texting services.
No, they don't.
That is not provided through the government.
But what does the money for this go to? Remember what we were talking about earlier?
Deaf services.
Yeah, which are telecommunications things, and also providing phone connectivity to low income people.
But those, okay.
So there's definitely two hands in the basket here. There's got to be. I mean, because the cell phone companies are clearly allowing it.
Yes,
they
actually are allowing it.
If the state of California comes to the telephone company and says you're going to put this tax on, they're going to be like, okay.
The cell phone company says, "Fuck you, we're not doing that."
Sure, no, that doesn't happen. What are you talking about?
It doesn't happen, but it should.
Okay. And
that's what we're talking about.
I think he's more on the hopeful side of like, let's rise up and be like, why the fuck is this happening?
Yeah, because we
know it's clearly going to happen.
Because here's the thing. So people, when they use their text messages, like, oh, my network is allowing me to text these people using their bandwidth or whatever. What they don't realize is that when you text someone, it's riding on the back of network signals that are already being sent. So it's bullshit that costs the network and your government nothing. So they're not expending anything to allow you to send text messages.
Right.
We know that. They don't know that. So I'm going to tell them right now. For any casual consumer who sends a text messages, your fucking cell phone provider, whatever, is not expending anything extra to allow you to send a text message. It's piggybacking off of the network that already exists. And for your government to be like, you need to pay us extra to profit for whatever reason is bullshit. It is absolutely bullshit.
Or muffins posted, it's too damn high. Anything more than zero is too damn high. And I welcome anyone who says otherwise. I would love to hear someone who says that we deserve to pay more for texting people on the back of a network that already fucking exists. I would love to hear arguments otherwise. And look who's coming to the mic. Bring it. I'm ready, because I'm ready to argue tonight. You're always ready to argue.
Hey guys, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
You won't often hear me argue this particular point, but in this case, I think it's important that traditional landline services have paid for universal access. Whether it be blind, deaf, all those wonderful services, but it's declining. There's not as many people who have landlines. I know none of us probably have a landline. If we do, it's probably something that we're using for an alarm system or something.
Yes, exactly.
But everybody's using cell phones. So they need to find a revenue source to pay for these folks who don't have access to phone service.
For the blind and the deaf that use telecom services that aren't.
Who need that in order to interact with society or able to access their services. So you got to find a bill payer somewhere. And in this case, the California Public Utilities Commission, who's not my favorite organization, is trying to do a basic service that no one else would actually provide.
Here's my thing.
Hold on. Just real quick, I want to recognize this moment.
Listen,
I completely agree with Muffin.
Write it down.
100%. We should build a reflecting pool so that future generations can come.
And you know what? I recognize that you guys agree with each other, and I totally understand exactly what you're saying, that the money needs to come from somewhere. But it can absolutely come from the massive amounts of money that they're already getting off of us for paying for data service, for paying for text messages. Do you remember? Obviously you guys remember 10 years ago when they were paying us, making us pay per text message or per every 500 text messages. And they're like, oh, we need this money to sustain the infrastructure to allow people to text messages or to allow people to get on the internet on our devices or whatever. It's all fucking bullshit as it is now. These networks are not congested like they say they are. These networks are not crushed under the weight of the number of users they have now. They have so much space. They have so much.
Who should pay for it then?
The fucking cell phone providers, service providers, because they're already gouging us on prices for the services they provide to us.
Okay, so the Public Utilities Commission in all the states, the California specifically, they're controlled by the people. The people can go to the Public Utilities Commission and say their piece, and they've said their piece. And so the Public Utilities Commission, because it is a monopoly service to be able to offer this sort of stuff, they've implemented the will of the people already. So why not go back and take it to the Public Utilities Commission and say, this is not fair. We want this changed. Because the rent is too damn high.
Because you don't get any money that way.
No, you do, because they can they legislate it. You cannot operate as a cell phone provider in a state unless you're in compliance with the Public Utilities Commission. And so that's why it's much like taxes. So you basically, the way that they agree to get those licenses and use the airwaves in that state is they agree to follow what the Public Utilities Commission states.
What about, what are they, MVNOs? I forget what that stands for.
Yeah, the virtual operators.
Yeah. How do those work?
They have to do the same thing. All of them are under the public.
But why do they operate at such a much lower cost?
Because that's a different question. Their cost is.
But they provide similar services.
It's not a question of services or cost. It's a monopoly.
That's the whole question. Is services and costs. Well, they're providing the same services at a much lower cost because they're not a major cell phone service provider.
But they still have to pay taxes.
No, we're not arguing
They still have to obey the Public Utilities Commission.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
the Public Utility Commission is the one who's levying this tax.
Yes.
So you go to the Public Utilities Commission and get them to change their mind.
But there are a number of MVNOs that operate off of the Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon networks, and they operate at a much lower cost, and they still adhere to the same tax rules. They adhere to the same legislation.
The billing goes; it's a pass-through.
Pass-through to who?
To those providers.
What
basically,
providers? Verizon and whatnot.
The MVOs,
the top level.
Right. The MVOs have to pay.
So why would they allow MVNOs to operate at all if they're just
the Public Utility Commission mandated that you had to be able to do that.
Okay.
So your core challenge is that you need to convince the Public Utilities Commission of whatever state you want to, argue this.
Yes.
Say it's not fair.
Yes.
And then they're going to ask you, well, what's the alternative? And you could say, I want the providers to pay. And the providers will probably say yes. And then they'll come back to the Public Utilities Commission with their lobbyists and say, oh, because you mandated this tax on us, we're going to raise everybody's rates 15% to pay for this. Net sum, they don't change their profit. They're just going to collect more profit because they get a profit over collecting that tax.
So what do you think the best resolution is for this issue?
I don't have that.
In your opinion. Sorry,
in my opinion? Right now, I think that being just because of my background, I think that usage should go ahead and determine. So if you use the service more, you should pay proportionally more for providing these services.
But that's such bullshit.
Why? You asked my opinion. My opinion is
that, I mean, okay, yes.
You mean pay for what
absolutely.
you use?
In other words, pay for what you use, and that those
unless, but am I
Google Fi, like the Google Fi method, which is
which is fine, but
it's not fair. Okay,
I don't care about.
I don't want to pay money for my phone.
I don't want to pay for other people's phones.
Don't gaslight me. That's fucking bullshit.
Satchel and I, we don't agree on this. I don't think
right. And I'm saying don't fucking gaslight. Like it's absolutely like nothing's fair. I totally understand that. But like the fuck, and now I can't think because I was thinking so much about not saying gaslighting. But like so like
is that gaslighting?
Again.
That's okay.
I misuse the term, and that's
get
fine.
to the point. Get to the point.
We'll get to it. So 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, when they were like, we can't offer unlimited because our networks are so congested, but they were not. They're just lying to get a higher bill pay out of all of their customers.
4 to 5 years ago, the technology underlying services was different. Mm-hmm. It wasn't as cheap. The technology wasn't as good. They were paying off investments in infrastructure. So any sort of monopoly like this has a different cost structure that goes over a long period of time. So investments that they made in the network in the 1990s are still being depreciated. So they have to pay for those things. Otherwise, they couldn't have got the capital to begin with.
But I feel
technically they didn't even spend all the money they got in the 90s.
And that's the thing is that they didn't spend the money they got in the 90s because they built all these fiber networks for. That's a whole other thing.
You're trying to get a fundamental problem solved with a symptom. The fundamental problem is the corruption of public officials and the corruption of the way that they've set up the system to maximize profits for corporations.
Yes.
You're not going to solve that with this.
Absolutely.
That's two times in one show that I've agreed wholeheartedly with Muffins. We got to cut this topic off now.
It's because Tai Tai Laoban is here and she's watching.
Start losing money.
That's totally fine. It's like there are a lot of fundamental issues with our network providers and that like the things we use our services on and whatnot. And that's obviously not going to be solved here on the show tonight, and they're not going to be solved in the next year or couple of years with anything we have now
to solve problems.
Well, so at the end of the day,
no. We are here to make consumers aware of what the problems are, so that we can work towards solving them in the future, and that's what Greynoise is for.
So here's the thing: one thing that you can do with it is in the case of phone service, you can vote with your wallet. If you find a cheaper one, then you go over to there. But now one thing that you can't change is a service that's free that everybody uses, right? You've got like Instagram, right? So in fact, Zen had a story about that. What was your thing about Instagram?
Before we get into this, I want to say if a service is free, it's not free. It's using you.
Yeah,
you're the product, right?
No, I guess that's even more
true.
Of a segue.
That's extremely
into
true.
this Instagram.
And I'm ready.
Post.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Because yesterday, a lot of people got mad when Instagram decided to forward a new update.
Oh, the update with the
horizontal scrolling.
Yes.
So do you know the point of that horizontal scrolling?
It was to piss people off. So when they rolled back into the vertical scrolling, they're like, "Oh, we love this so much."
So here's the thing: their actual so the speculative motive and kind of what's obvious is when you have vertical scrolling, you kind of just mindlessly scroll and you're flooding past things, right? But on horizontal scrolling on the storyboard method, you have to use tap gestures to go through things. So you're actually paying more attention to horizontal scrolling effects than the vertical, and they want to inject ads more into their news feed. So I noticed that on like my Instagram, every 3 like stories or every 3 images is now an ad.
I'll tell you this, though.
And if you do that on vertical scrolling, though, you kind of mindlessly go past those ads. You don't see those ads, and Instagram's like, wait, they're not seeing the fucking ads? Nuh-uh. Horizontal scrolling.
Interesting.
So here's my thing. This is my my selfish take on it, right? Mm-hmm. If it gets people, when they're taking pictures, to take their phone from this and do this, I'm on board.
Even with the picture?
Oh, go.
That's a terrible way to take a picture.
Oh, go away.
Here's the thing.
Vertical pictures are the worst.
Here's the thing. I don't take horizontal or vertical pictures. I don't take pictures, so I don't know. And I just said that. And
I'm being an asshole. Matter in this.
I'm being an asshole about it. And I don't know.
I take so many fucking pictures.
Do you?
Dude,
really?
My library of photos is about 52,000 strong.
What the fuck?
Since 2006.
I've known.
Do you take them vertically?
Fuck no. It depends on the situation.
Okay.
But
all right.
definitely horizontal.
Washington Monument. Perfect reason.
Yeah.
Take a vertical picture. It's a vertical thing.
I feel like I've known you for fucking 4 or 5 years now. I don't think I've ever seen you take a picture.
Dude, I have so many pictures of you. Look, let's pull it up. Actually,
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
No, don't do it.
I don't want to see it.
I take it's like I'll just like randomly take out because it's such like hotkeyed on my phone. I just snap them really quick and put my phone away. So you might not notice, but I'm constantly taking pictures. I have pictures of fucking everything.
Now it's creepy.
Yeah, he's not nearsighted. He's not trying to like see the phone up close. He's taking a picture.
And also, the pictures aren't like top quality either because I try and take them so fast, just like in the moment, just like I don't care. Like I'll just take it really quick just to like lock in that memory per se.
Okay.
I'll look at it later.
Yeah.
Some of them are blurry. A lot of them are blurry.
Yeah.
The majority of them actually are probably blurry.
Ah, okay.
But I still fucking take them.
All right. Well, we're definitely going to come back to this because I'm very wary of the picture you have of me, and I need you to
It's probably
delete
not
those.
much.
I mean, over 4 years, there's
Just-
probably quite a few.
Just a couple
4 or
where he was
5 years,
sleeping.
whatever,
I mean,
whatever it is, there's probably quite a few.
I'll look. All I know is Google has graciously applied your picture to the contact Doxy in my phone, and so whenever I go to Doxy, it just shows me the years.
You're like, oh,
Wow.
that one time we went out that one time, and then we
Dude, I can't remember. I wanted to mention that when we were talking. I can't remember. I'll have to mention it later. But it was like, oh, it was at lunch. Never mind. We'll forget about it. I'll tell you later.
I'm super excited to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
So one thing
go
I found something really interesting about the article though. Have we linked to the article yet in the New York Post?
I don't.
Okay, we should throw a link in there.
I'll throw it. I'll link it in there.
Sweet. One thing I found interesting, it is from the New York Post, and that's not exactly the most, you know, you got your Inquirer, and then you've got your, you know, on levels of craziness, and New York Post is like kind of here-ish. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's then Wall Street Journal's all the way like over there.
Oh, I was assuming you were going to do like a levels thing, like doing this is like weird for me next to you because I can't see.
That's fair. All right. I'm talking like, you know, as far as like sane to crazy pants, like to something your crazy uncle photocopied, right?
All right.
like
all right.
John Birch Society is like there.
How about if I link to The Verge instead?
There, either way. But my point was with the original article is the way that this is written. If I like horizontal things, maybe I'm, you know, like I can't fucking stand vertical pictures.
Yeah, but this isn't like forcing orientation.
This
is just it's forcing like delivery of images to you via their UI.
Right,
Yes.
It's not forcing an orientation.
I got that.
So
I got that.
This has nothing to change how people take pictures.
Right.
This is only how you view the pictures.
Well, but I've heard the reason for everybody taking pictures like that. Oh, well, that's just the way that this program wants you to take pictures. I don't know if it's Instagram or maybe Snapchat. I'm not sure.
Fuck all of them. Yeah. Whatever people say, fuck all
Whatever
of them.
How's your food blog coming along on Instagram, man?
Eh?
Nothing.
I don't have a Snapchat. I have an Instagram. I have 2 Instagrams now.
Yeah, I know. I just fucking segued your food blog.
Nice. we're not getting it right now.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay. So I guess really all I was going for here is last week we were talking about how like articles can put like serious spin on things, and I noticed that, you know, the end of this article here is like saying, you know, the bad news is that Instagram is clearly strongly considering making the horizontal feed a reality for all users in the near future. If the test is an utter failure and the reaction is as negative as it appeared to be Thursday, perhaps we can dodge this bullet. But widespread disapproval hasn't always stopped social media platforms in the past. In the meantime, enjoy your vertical feed while you still can. It's like, okay, like calm down.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you know, like people don't give beta a chance.
That's so I think I read in there they've had it in
they're like experimental.
The Explorer experimental section since October.
Yeah.
And nobody actually, I haven't heard about it until today when yesterday they accidentally pushed that feature to production user wide.
Yes.
And people did not like that.
I don't think it was.
It actually wasn't user wide.
Yeah, it was just like
there was a large majority, and actually, now that I think about it, kind of aside, not really aside the point, but a lot of the people I follow on the East Coast were complaining about it, and none of the people I follow on the West Coast were complaining about it. So I mean, that might say something about their CDNs.
No, because it's the way the fucking servers roll out the updates. Yeah, like it can only.
So they got a couple hours in, they saw the East Coast blowing up about this, and
they were like, "Fuck that, dude."
Yeah, I like their tweet though. Their post out were like, "Oh, we made a mistake. This wasn't supposed to release yet." It's like, nah, you definitely tried.
You were fucking food dogging us.
You were definitely trying to soft open it.
You were fucking food dogging us, bro.
Well, maybe they wanted to bust it out and see what the complaint was. I could see it.
I mean, the complaint was people can't mindlessly just like ADD their news feed. Instead, they now have to use multiple gestures to go through each and every image.
What? Look, dude, it's fucking trivial to be like, hey, we have a new feed algorithm. A new feed algorithm, toggle it on or off in your settings. Like if you want horizontal scrolling.
That would probably be the easiest method.
Yeah. If you want
at least for decision.
If you want horizontal scrolling, toggle it on. If you don't want that, don't fucking toggle it on. Easy. Instagram. It's not that hard, dude. Don't be a fucking idiot. At Instagram. Fuck them. .com. Don't be an idiot. Honestly, it's not that.
That should be the catchphrase for most humanity.
They could do. Yeah. They could do fucking. They could
Good
do.
luck.
What is it? They could do A/B testing. They could do all sorts of testing, but they're just like, nah, fuck it, do it live. Fuck our user base. We're gonna do it, and they're gonna be like, oh no, we hate this. Sorry, dudes.
Lightning round.
And with that, we're going to lightning round.
Well, all right then.
All right, who's going first?
I guess
Who's got the links? You
I got it links.
You got the links?
I got the links. I'm ready.
I'm
ready.
I'll go. Are you going first?
I guess, yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Zenify's going first. So
Here we go.
the lightning round is where we give our tweet length response to an article on tech focused articles.
Yeah. Who'd you look up this week?
We are coming tonight from zdnet.com/topic/security.
Sick.
It's not our favorite, but it's what we're using tonight.
It's the one you pulled up.
It's the one I pulled up.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Here we go.
Ready. Let's go. Number 1. Hackers steal personal info of 1,000 North Korean defectors.
I am curious the motive.
To kill them.
What? Damn.
What?
How many?
North Korea does not fuck around, dude. Sorry.
Well, so I guess that is the question. Where is the hacker originating from, and what?
There's only like
30. Their motive is probably obviously maybe being paid, or maybe they want to use that info for something.
There's only 32 IP addresses in North Korea. They don't give a shit. They're just like okay, we know who's leaving. Fuck you guys, and everyone's looking up the same thing before you leave. We got you.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. That's rude, and I apologize. I take that back. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Great. It's on the internet forever. What are your thoughts, Satchel?
I would say that a story like this is Kim Jong unbelievable.
Oh my God.
Jesus, he got to get out too. I'm a solo show.
Unconscionable.
All right.
All right. Next topic,
fuck.
please.
Jesus fuck. Okay. Muffin says only 30 usable IP addresses.
They got two more?
Which, you know what? I thought I wasn't that far off, but I knew it was like something. All right, I wasn't. It's subnetting, dude. I mean, I get that.
He's a network administrator.
There are not that many IP addresses that people can use in North Korea, and also none of them have computers. It doesn't fucking matter anyway. Anyways, sorry, we're past that topic now.
I'm glad you specified tweets length at the beginning.
Tweets. Hey, I'm the fucking moderator.
Tweets estimate.
Tweets length. Number 2. CenturyLink outage takes down several 911 emergency services across the U.S.
Ouch. I wonder if that cost them any money.
Billions.
It's a good thing that we've only got a handful of phone companies, because otherwise, oops.
Yeah.
I will tack on to say the fact that we rely on anything that's not redundant for 911 providers is fucking asinine and stupid.
Any type of
emergency service is fucking stupid and asinine, and it honestly pisses me off.
I think they had to set up. Yeah, they set up a temporary phone number for this situation.
Yeah, they did.
But they also emergency broadcasted it out to everybody. But what I'm curious about is, what if you actually had CenturyLink as a service and they broadcasted that?
Phone. And then you're like, my phone doesn't work and I can't get any messages. What's going on, dude? And they're like,
how are you supposed to learn of the new emergency number? But it's
CenturyLink doesn't give a fuck.
Also, we knew.
Also, fuck you, CenturyLink. Number 3, Brazilian bank Inter pays fine over customer data leak. Ooh.
Oh, somebody actually paid a fine for leaking customer data?
So, I don't, because the purpose of this segment is not to tell you about the news, but to just get you aware of what the news is going on. I don't know how much I paid. If it was like fucking $1,000, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off. I'm not gonna read it because I don't want to be upset right now.
You don't want to know.
I just had no idea there were that many banks.
Oh my God. But here's the thing. We talked about this a number of weeks ago.
Brazilian bank, you see.
We talked about this a number of weeks ago as how like the only way to affect change is to make banks and companies pay a substantial fine. Not like $5 per customer, but like $1 million per customer,
or even a Brazilian.
I'm gonna jump on this table.
You're on the same side. Why don't you jump over the table?
Because it'll be impressive.
Well, all right. Yeah.
What number would you be okay with them having to pay?
Bankruptcy, whatever bankruptcy.
Okay. Well, that's
whatever.
That's definitely not 1.5 million. What's their currency
Here's the thing. Let me say it again. Whatever bankrupts these banks, I'm okay with that number. I'm not okay with anything less than that. Fuck them.
Okay, there's
And
the answer.
that's a hard stance.
That's a hard stance.
Fuck them.
It's a good thing I'm not being political on the show. That's all I'm saying.
We don't have time for politics.
That's
okay.
right. None.
Next. Last article.
Yeah,
2018's most high-profile cryptocurrency catastrophes and cyber attacks.
Holy
What?
shit! I'm gonna
That sounds like a bullshit article.
Yes.
All right.
True.
Okay, so this is the last one.
This last one?
Hacker steals 10 years of worth of data from San Diego school district. Ooh.
Oof, that's probably rough. 10 years from the entire school district, so
They got a lot.
that sucks.
So
Are they
know...
gonna pay a fine?
No, if it doesn't bankrupt that goddamn school, I don't give a fuck.
Bankrupt the school district?
Wait, why would you want to bank?
Close down the school district because it's obviously a
hold
shitty
on.
school.
Close down the school district
Close it down. Shut it down.
in San Diego. Do you know how?
Do I know how what?
Do you know how many
massive it is?
people that would affect?
Absolutely.
Yes.
For sure.
I could. How about fire the people who were responsible for that loss?
And then bankrupt them.
And then who's coming in next?
Somebody doesn't do that. I hope.
No. Super underqualified people. So you can leave the teachers on.
Okay.
Leave the teachers. It's not their fault.
Well, you can't do that if you close the school district down.
Close the school district, restructure, and make sure that security is the focus. I'm sick of this shit. It happens all the fucking time. Yeah. Why would we allow these things to keep operating at a loss all the time? It happens all the time. People are like, oh, our teachers aren't equipped to handle these cybersecurity measures, or our fucking places. These
pirates.
These places, these companies aren't equipped to handle these cybersecurity measures, and we allow them to keep operating at a loss forever because they're like, we had a cybersecurity breach, it fucked up, and we are sorry, and they shrug their shoulders, and then they continue operating. Fuck them. Shut them down.
There should be some kind of like a form of a way to like control that, to like make businesses do better or do worse things, like to kind of, I don't know, govern them. I
hear what you're saying.
It doesn't exist.
I hear there
was something like that.
I hear what you're saying, but I hear what you're saying.
I hear we don't have time for that though.
We do not have time for that. All I'm going to say is anyone who's a violation of cybersecurity laws should be shut the fuck down, and we're going to restructure you under the accordance of cybersecurity professionals, and you can go fuck yourself. And that's the last article.
Well, and that's the end of Lightning Round, which brings us to the end, mercifully, of another episode of Greynoise.
As you can tell, we've run out of time.
Oh.
But never out of shit to say.
Never.
And with that, I'm Doxy.
You're way too early.
Oh, wait, we are early. He needs to finish the...
I got to finish the thing.
Okay, all right, go ahead, dude. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do, man. I'm going to San Diego tonight to shut these fucking school districts down.
By the time he gets to San Diego. Okay. You caught that. Nice. All right. So, join us again next week, like every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time at the Sin Shop. We are located at 1075 American Pacific Drive, Suite C in beautiful downtown Henderson, Nevada. Go to sinshop.org for information about the shop. Go to meetup.com/sinshop for information on upcoming events here at the shop. And for information on us, go to Greynoise, GREYNOI.SE. My name is Richard Satchel.
This is Doxy.
I'm Zenify.
And that's Greynoise. Have a good night, everyone. Sweet.